Hello, today I'm going to show you how to line a crochet or knitted hat with fleece. The first thing that you're going to need is fleece fabric. I got mine off of eBay. I've got some brand that I'm going to work with today. I think I got like a metre by a metre square. It was quite cheap actually. I think it was like about £5 or something like that off eBay. What you need to do is get your hat and turn it inside out like this, and then we're going to draw around it on the fleece. So you're going to need a pair of scissors, and I'm going to show you how to do it without the sewing machine. I'm just going to be freehand sewing it because my sewing machine's broken, and I know a lot of you out there probably won't own a sewing machine, so it's, I don't know. It came out alright actually. This was a little prototype that I've done. I did actually make this one too small, so that's why I'm going to show you how to make one today, because I didn't give myself enough inches around when I drew. So you need to leave about 3 inches around the whole hat when you draw around it, and that's what the stitching's come out like. I've just done it in a darker colour so that you can see. And when you turn it around the other way, it's all neat. And I will show you how to do that. I'll probably use my mobile phone to show you, because the camera on this computer is built into the computer, so I'll probably show you what I'm doing through my phone just to edit this video. So first of all, turn your hat inside out.
With the wrong side of the fleece facing, this will be the side that you don't want showing on the outside, the side that the eye can't see. So the wrong side of the fleece facing and the wrong side of the hat. You want to grab a pen that you can, a darker pen that you'll be able to see, and draw about 3 inches all the way around your hat. You have to fold it so you've got 2 sides of the fleece there. So I've got 2 sections there. I've folded it in half, and I'm going to draw around this, giving myself about 3 inches all the way around. I'll meet you there. Once you've drawn the outline of your hat, you'll need to get a pair of scissors and cut it out. The next thing you will need to do is get some pins, just any pins at all, and put them through the 2 pieces of fabric to hold it together like this. I've gone all the way around the top edge there, and what I'm going to do is I've started, you thread your needle, your sewing needle, get a needle and thread, and just put a little knot and just basic stitch around, leaving an edge like that all the way around, just the top end. Do not do this bottom part, just go right the way around the top, from here all the way around the top of the hat, inside where the pins are, so you can see there. And I've done this with white thread just so that you can see the stitches. If you're going to do this, I would suggest using like a similar colour. You can see there's my stitches there. I'll meet you in a minute once I've completed the stitching. Once you have sewn all the way around the top outside edge, I sewed just a basic stitch going across, and then what I've done was I attached a new piece of thread, and I've just done like a zigzag sort of motion the outside edge, just because like on a sewing machine you can get a zigzag and it just gives this like an extra strength sort of finish, so a sort of better finish. So I just basically done like a zigzag over the top, like, you know, on this side. So that was where I started doing my basic stitching around, and then like I've done a zigzag, just push the needle in through one end and then bring it through the other and just do a zigzag sort of motion. So that's what it looks like on the outside and then just remove your pins next. So you want to remove your pins now. Place the fleece on top of your hat, making sure that you have a overhang. Not sure if you can see, sorry, it's my phone, I've not got anything better to show you with, but I've got an overhang there. Maybe if I turn it over this side you can see. There we go, so you can see that I've got an overhang on that side. So once you've placed your fleece evenly across, the next thing you want to do is attach your pins and just pin the hat across the top edge in around the top edges, you can see there. What I'm going to do next is turn the hat inside out.
I've placed the pins all the way around the top of the hat, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this inside out just to double check that I'm happy with the way it looks before I stitch it in. So I'm just turning that inside out just to double check that it's how I want it, and to make sure that it fits. I mean, this hat is actually for a 3-year-old, but I'm just going to check that it's still, I mean, my head's quite small anyway. I'm just going to check to make sure that this is pinned in properly, to make sure it actually fits on right. Make sure that I've got it all pinned up properly. That's perfect. You can see, well, I don't know, because the light's not that good, but it actually looks really good, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm just going to turn that inside out, and then I'm going to start stitching where I place those pins along the top of the hat. Then I'm going to start stitching across that, and I'll show you what that looks like.
So this is my pins on this side. I'm going to turn it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread my needle and thread, and I am going to stitch this all the way around the top edge of the hat. I'm going to stitch it from this side so that I can see, you can see my stitches there, hopefully, if it focuses. So you can see my stitches there. I'm just going to stitch it in line with those stitches that I've already got in the very first stitch line that I made. I'm just going to stitch it from that end and place my stitches exactly the same spot as where these first ones are. So I'll meet you there.
Once you're finished sewing it, I sewed it from this end so that I could see what I was doing, and I was placing the stitches just in between my zigzag and my basic stitch. I'm going to remove these pins now and take these out. It's not the best quality of videos, I know, but I just thought it'd give you the basic idea of how to line a hat with fleece, because I did look a while ago on YouTube how to line a crochet or knitted hat with fleece, and I couldn't actually find anything. I found how to make a fleece hat, but I've not seen any on how to line it, so I've had to sort of find out for myself how to do it. So I just wanted to share it with you all, just even if it just gives you the confidence or just the idea of how you do it, or you ever sat down and wondered or been too scared or intimidated by trying it out yourself, then hopefully I've given you that little boost so that you can say, right, I know a basic idea, I know a rough idea of how to do this now. So I've turned the hat inside out now, I've removed the pins, I've turned it inside out, and it looks gorgeous inside. Maybe if I could turn it this way and then you can actually see it. It looks fine, you can't see any of the stitches, and you can't even tell that it's been done by hand. You can see that it's really, really neat. It looks lovely and tidy inside. So that's what it's going to look like when you flip it over, and you need that overhang so that when you stitch the bottom ends, because you know we've only stitched around the top there, you need the overhang so that we can fold it around nicely around the bottom. And what I'll do is, I'll try and show you, we're going to just get our fingers and we're going to just push that underneath, and if I come around and I'll show you, so you end up with a neat edge just like that. And I'm going to go round and I'm going to do that all the way around the bottom and pin it so that when I stitch it to the bottom, so you can see there, maybe if I just hold it like that you can see. So I'm going to sort of fold it all up like that all the way around the bottom edge where we've not done it yet, and just flip it up like that so you've got a nice edge, pin it to the bottom, and then what we're going to do is we're going to thread our needle and stitch all the way around the bottom edge of the hat where we haven't done it already.
Got the hat here, I've turned it with the right side facing me now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the bottom and I'm just going to lift it up like that and just put it on the top, so that gives me a nice edge, and I'm going to pin it. And on these corners, I mean, if you've got ear flaps, you might not have ear flaps on the ones you're doing, but I have got ear flaps here. And then just for when I turn it up, I'm going to just put a diagonal small cut along here so that when I fold it up, it's going to be easy to fold it. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I've just cut it there with my scissors, and it's just so that when you fold it up, it folds nicely around, because if you don't cut it there, then it's not going to work properly. So you just need to put a wee cut just in the corner of where your flap, the corner's edge of where the flap is. Don't cut too much of it, just cut a little bit, and then if it's not too much you can always cut a little bit more. Once you've folded it all up along one side of the hat, this is the first side that I've done, this is the back of the hat, I've folded it all nicely in, snug. There is quite a lot of overhang, but it really doesn't matter, it's just going to be warmer, it'll just be like a thicker band around the hat. So just fold it up on itself, so that's the leftovers on that side. So fold it over, and you can see this is the edge of the hat here, and what you want to do is you want to pin it all the way around, just the first side that you've done. You can see that's the there where I've cut it, and see, it just makes it easier for you to tuck it in. You can see there, that's the edge of the hat. I will pin it and I will show you what it looks like once I've pinned.
I've gone round and I've pinned around my first edge. You can see there I've only done that edge, and this is actually the front of the hat, but it doesn't matter, you can start pinning from the front or the back. But I'm just going to do this side first. I'm going to see where I've put these pins. I've left like a bit at the bottom, and that part of the bottom is so that I can now thread my needle, and I'm just going to sew around this first side of the hat. I'll get back to you and show you once I've done that. It is easier, I found out, to go around the whole hat, around the edge, before you actually start stitching, so you're not left with this overhang from the other side. So I've gone round and I have pinned it very neatly as I can all the way around. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to this camera because it's all opposite. So there you can see that is what I've got, and I'm going to go round now and thread my needle and stitch all the way around this end, and I will show you what it looks like in a wee minute. I have just finished sewing all the way around the hat, and what I've done was, when I stitched it, I don't know, hopefully you can see this, when I stitched it, I just stitched it from this side only. I didn't actually go onto the main part. I just went underneath my single crochets on the back there and just went through those in and out, that I didn't actually pull the thread through to this side. I kept it all on the back side. I'm just about to undo all these pins, and I actually enjoyed doing this. It was something different, a little, you know, challenge really. I felt that I needed to be a bit brave and actually try lining it with fleece. I thought about doing this last year and I felt so intimidated by it. I didn't know how to do it, and I just decided that I would teach myself. So that's what I've done, and I've just took all the pins out there. You can see this is so neat inside this hat. Look how neat the stitching is. I've done that with white thread. It's coming up. You can't actually see the stitches, to be honest. It looks quite professional, if I don't mind saying so myself. I'm really pleased with that, and it feels so soft. It's really nice. And what I'll do is in the bottom of the tutorial, I'll put a list in the description box of all the little materials that you're going to need. So yay to a fleece lined hat. And this is a customer order for a lady that lives local. This is for a little boy, this hat, and it's a lion, if you've not guessed. So this is a animal hat, and you can do this for any hat. You can line any hat. You can do it for a hat without the ear flaps. It's probably easier to do it without the ear flaps. It wouldn't take as long. But look how neat that is. I am so happy. I am so happy. Yay! So hopefully you can learn from my tutorial. It might give you a bit of confidence on how to do it yourself. So thumbs up for fleece lined hats. Woohoo! So happy. Thanks for watching. Bye. I forgot to say, if you followed this tutorial and I helped you to learn how to line your hat with fleece, or I gave you the confidence to line your crochet or knitted hat with fleece, I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a video response showing what you have made and what you've lined with fleece. If I've helped in any way, I'd really love to hear from you. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you understood everything I was showing you, and if you've got any questions, please ask or contact me and let me know. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.